In the previous episode, we talked about social media branding for passionate creators.
Maganda be intentional in what you're posting. Parang don't just add to the noise. Parang try to stand out to the noise, and share your voice.
In this episode, we will talk about how to be driven for success with real estate. Let's begin! Hello everyone, welcome to the Beautiful Mind and Soul podcast, where stories of faith, courage, and success inspire you to dream big and take action. I am your host, Shimi Hapay, and our guest for today has helped create 85 new millionaires through the sales industry by inspiring them to pursue their dreams and live a balanced and abundant life. He is currently the president of Driven Marketing Group Incorporated, one of the biggest real estate marketing companies in the Philippines, which he, together with his partners, established since 2010 when he was at the age of 23. He's a social entrepreneur, speaker, and coach. Let's welcome DJ Dimaliuat.
Hello, guys.
Yan, welcome
Kamusta?
po to our podcast. I know a lot of
Yeah.
people will be inspired by your story, and of course, for them to dream big and also take action po, sir.
Yeah.
So, yan. Thank you po for the time na binigay niyo po sa
Walang
podcast
problema.
na to.
Walang anuman. Oo.
And
Team
yeah, as we always start dito sa aming podcast, we are asking our guests, ano nga po yung backstory or yung success story behind your success? Nabalitaan ko nga
Okay.
po na you are a young millionaire at the age of 22. So ano po yung
Oo.
nangyari? What is the journey behind that success
Okay.
of yours?
So, siguro let's start during college na lang. So, when I was in college, the story is really, my allowance is just 100 pesos a day. So, around 3,000 pesos a month. So, that's the only allowance I get from my father. And alam kong hindi na ako makakahingi ng lagpas pa doon. So, 100 pesos a day is enough for transportation and lunch. 50 pesos for lunch, 50 pesos for transpo. Yun yung challenge. But I wanted more, di ba? I want to buy things for myself. I need money for dates, ganyan, di ba? Sa girlfriend ko back then. So, and I know I cannot ask something from my parents. It's like being employed na yung fix yung salary, yun na yun eh. But I wanted more, so I have to do something. So I looked for ways, and there was one conversation with my aunt na back then, I think I was third year college, na-share niya sa akin na naglo-loading business siya, and then yung kita, maganda. No? So when she shared it to me, sabi ko, mukhang okay yan, may market yan, ganun. And then I started offering load dun sa mga kaklase ko, tsaka naging irregular ako sa college eh. So I think it helped na mas marami akong classmates, gano'n. So medyo lumaki yung market. So it started there, and doon ko na-realize, wow, lumalaki yung puhunan. 'Di ba? So from there, and then, fast forward ng konti, fifth year ako, we had an entrepreneurship class. So somehow, parang gusto ko matuto about entrepreneurship. So I'm an industrial engineering student back then in Adamson University. But we have an elective, entrepreneurship. Yun. So sabi ko, I attended, and then our prof asked us to read a book. To read books, definitely. I'm as an engineer, I like numbers more than reading books. So yun hindi talaga ako mahilig magbasa. But since it's interesting, saka somehow, entrepreneurship yan, sige, sumunod, I started reading and I liked it. No? The Richest Man in Babylon and then Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Those two books opened my mind. And sabi ko ba, parang the way to go is really going into business. I have a lot of big dreams, and I'm sure our viewers, our listeners also have a lot of big dreams, especially when you're young. So sabi ko, how life would be if I go into business. I think mas magiging maganda yung buhay ko, ganon. So, I look for opportunities. No? May mga events kami pinuntahan, and then eventually I look for different businesses. Yun nga yung, nagkaroon ako ng distributorship ng popcorn. If you know kettle corn, dati pwede kang mag-distribute niyan, gano'n. So, I became a distributor, tapos nakaipon pa ako more. right? So before graduating college, what happened is, since Rich Dad Poor Dad, most of the stories is about real estate investing. I want to invest in real estate, but I don't have money because if you want to invest in property, you gotta have money, eh. 'Di ba, Shimi, 'di ba? So kung ganun yung problema, sabi ko I have to make more money. I have to look for ways to make more money. I have to be an insider. So luckily, there was one person online that approached me and asked me, DJ, do you want to attend this orientation? This is about real estate. So parang it was, I don't know, destiny na inoferan ako ng gano'n. Sabi ko, sige, I attended the orientation and I got inspired. I didn't learn a lot. Siyempre, orientation pa lang yun. So sabi niya, DJ, punta ka ng office, doon ka mag-aral. So punta ka doon regularly, we will be there, we will coach you. And so I did. I was still a student back then, Shimi. Graduating ako noon. So yun, pero since we're finishing our research, hindi namin natapos on time. I have a lot of time during my last SEM sa school. Ayun. So, hindi na ako araw-araw pumapasok. So, I go there. Doon ako natuto. True enough, before I graduated, I made my first sale. It was January 2009 before I graduated. And then, I made 2 sales before I graduated. So, sabi ko, I think this is the right way to go. Diba? I can earn in one sale 5 to 6 months salary. If pupunta ako as an IE, ang best namin kagad, swerte ka na pag naging supervisor ka. My income back then, 2009, will be around 12,000 a month. Yun na yung supervisor level na yun during that time. And sa isang benta ko, I computed mga 81,000 during my first sale. Although hindi ko kagad mahahawakan yun, it's okay. Diba? Kasi sa real estate, pag hulugan din yung commission or matagal pa eh. So even 2 to 3 years yung commission, I know that the effort that I put in is clearly far from compared to the 5-month work sa 8 to 5, ganon. So I decided not to go into employment and went into real estate. And in my first year, of course, there are some struggles. It took me 3.5 months before my first sale. But during my first year, I sold more than 50 million worth of properties and enabled me to earn more than 1 million pesos during my first year. So I was 22 years old back then. So that's the story how I'm able to make my first million at age 22. Yun.
Amazing. Ano ko? Grabe. One of the businesses that you really thrive in is real estate. Doon pala yung starting point nyo, no? And coming from an engineering background din, I really do hope na sana may elective din kami noon na entrepreneurship. And
engineer ka rin pala.
Yes. And ayun po. So, meron akong almost 6 years na background sa malaking corporation. Pero latter years ko lang naalala. Nung nagkaroon na ako ng quarter life crisis na tinatawag, ayun na, saka na po ako naghanap-hanap ng mga passive income, internet, online marketing. So
doon, bata ka pa rin. Walang problema. You're starting really young. That's good.
And those 2 books nga po, madalas kong naririnig yan before. So, nung nabasa ko, grabe, ganun pala. You don't work for money or you don't trade your time for money. Parang you let your money work for you. And yung mindset na yun, grabe. And gratefully nga po, with that knowledge, kahit late ko na natutunan. So, doon, nag-check po ako ng mga opportunities until nag-resign na ako nung January of this year. And I'm grateful.
This year lang? Wow, grabe ah.
Yes, and after a month, nag-start na tong podcast na to. And if you're really finding that big dream of yours na hindi nga siya nasusuffice, kahit malaki yung sweldo mo sa company. Kasi ako po, isa pa akong chemical engineer. And
mahirap yan. Yan daw ang pinakamahirap na engineering eh.
Hindi mo. So, ayun po. And ang dami ko natutunan sa story nyo. Grabe, yung mga nakakausap ko sa podcast na to, mga listeners ko, natututo sila sa mga tao na hindi naman talaga ganun yung peak sa academics. Pero ang galing nila sa diskarte ng buhay. And katulad nyo po. And amazed ako sa idea ng real estate. Actually, hanggang ngayon.
Thank you.
Hanggang ngayon po, pag nakarinig ako ng real estate, tas ang laki ng commission, pati ako napapatanong ako na, ano nga ba tong real estate? Dito nag-succeed sila Robert Kiyosaki, Dean Graziosi, those people na grabe, they are known about succeeding sa real estate and flipping houses. Ano po yung ibig
Yeah.
sabihin po pala ng real estate para sa mga viewers and listeners po ng episode na to, and what are the opportunities sa business na to? Yun po.
Okay, so what are the opportunities in the real estate business, 'di ba? So as we all know, you can invest in real estate, 'di ba? You can buy property and then rent it out. So that's one of the most popular and most common investment ways in real estate. The only challenge is you need money, 'di ba? You need to have a solid and consistent income for you to be able to invest then and buy properties. You can also do buying and selling, but you can buy a property and then maybe pagandahin mo ng konti and then sell it. Right? Yun yung flipping din na tinatawag, di ba? You buy it at a low price, pagandahin mo ng konti and then flip mo siya. Pero you can also build and sell. If you have a lot or you buy a lot, you can build a house and then sell it. Diba? You can also build something, kunyari may lote rin kayo, and then rent it out. So maraming ways. The only challenge is, again, what I realized when I was young, wala akong pera to start with. Right? I don't have my own money. All I have is my education. Hindi pa nga ako graduate when I started doing business. So I realized I have to learn something in the real estate field. Paano ko matututo? The one thing I learned in business, if you want to learn a certain business, maganda maging insider ka. So I became an insider. I became an agent when I was 21, 22 years old, right? 2009. And then I started selling houses. Doon ko na-realize, there's money in sales. Wherein there's a market. Everyone wants to have their own property, right? You want to have your own property. Even me, I have my own property. And I still want to buy. So there's always a market. And the good thing is there's good commission out of it. Diba? All I need to do is I need to look for clients and then serve them, give them a quality service, and then I can make good money. So I saw that, this is a good way for me to start and make good money. That's why I earned my first million at age 22, selling properties. And then I realized, yun lang, ang nangyari, I realized that maybe I can do this better. There's a lot of people whom I can help na gusto rin magkaroon ng business. So I invited some people in the real estate field. I started with my friends, my classmates, and then eventually we started our own company. Right? That's Driven Marketing Group. 2010, we started it. I was 23 years old back then. And the idea is there's a lot of opportunity. We have to share this to people. And when helping other people and creating millionaires in that industry, of course, part of that, we also earn. Kasi ganun naman talaga, as leaders, we earn part of what our people earns. That's just normal. But the only way you can earn a lot, that's why I like in the real estate business, I love this, that you can only make good money if you help enough people, your team, make good money. So that's what I love about the concept. That's why we built Driven, right? And yun, I think that's the opportunity. It depends. If you have a stable income right now, sobra-sobra siya sa kinikita, sa kailangan mo, then probably you can purchase properties. Diba? But again, if balik tayo sa real estate investing, diba yung mga flipping na sinasabi mo, sila Robert, bumibili, pinapaganda nila, and then they rent it out or they sell, it needs experience eh. I realize if I want to be a great real estate investor, I need experience within real estate. And one way to get experience is work in the industry. That's why I became an agent. So I'm humble enough to understand that I don't know something about the industry yet. I don't have that money that I need for me to invest. So I studied and worked within the industry. So those are the opportunities, Shimi.
Oh, amazing, no? Yung mga takeaways ko dun sa sinabi niyo po is yung you are succeeding pag nagsasucceed yung mga tao sa baba niyo. I recall this concept sa nabasa ko pong book Go Giver ni Bob Burge, which is yung level mo ng success is determined by the number of people who were also successful because of you. And tama po kayo, no? You need experience. So here comes this time na yung mga tao gusto nila productive sila, tututo sila ng mga bagay na pagkakakitaan nila. So nakita po nila tong episode na to and napaisip sila na, real estate. Aralin ko nga yan. Very interesting and grabe naman pala opportunities. Pwede kang kumita ng gaytong amount of money kapag may sales ka. And sabi nyo nga po, tama, with experience. May mga recommend
Yeah.
po ba kayong books, courses, or programs na pwede po nilang simulan ngayon para kahit wala pa yung actual experience, meron muna sila yung parang basic or foundation about real estate investing?
Okay. Of course, one of the best books in real estate investing is Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Unang-una, hindi siya boring because ang story yung approach niya. That's why he's a best-selling author. Diba? That's one. So, locally, I still like Rich Pinoy. Think Rich Pinoy by Larry Gamboa. I think it's also one way no, for you to be able to... He also has a lot of stories. No? Although matagal na rin yung libro na yun. But of course, timeless naman yung principle. So you can go do that as well. You can play cash flow board game. Diba? It was also developed by Robert Kiyosaki. There are groups who are doing that. May mga online games pero iba pa rin yung naglalaro ka ng board game because there's interaction with people eh. Then of course, you can attend our orientation. We have our real estate business seminar that we conduct in Driven. We have online seminars dahil nga sa lockdown na uso na yung online orientation. I have a video in YouTube. You can search that about explaining about the real estate industry. So those things, I think those are some of the things. Either you can attend a seminar or you read those books. Of course, nothing beats experience. Diba? Iba yung concept, iba yung talagang may ginawa ka. I don't really believe that you need to have a certain long-term course because in real estate or in sales, still learning comes from the field. Diba? So, when you start doing things, doon ka talaga matututo ano yung tamang way to advertise online, sa Facebook, sa One Property, sa mga different ad site, what works, what doesn't work. Walang perfect formula. Right? Especially in marketing. It's always trial and error. Minsan kung ano yung uso, kung ano yung nasa trending, and ano yung algorithm nung social media platform that you're using. So, it's really through experience. You can do YouTube videos if you want. You have to experience. Yun talaga yung reality. Kasi kung naaaral lang yan sa book or umattend ka lang ng seminar, yayaman ka na. Marami nang yumaman. No, di ba? But the reality is we have to put those ideas into action and then adjust and evaluate and then adjust along the way. Right? We cannot just say na pag ginawa ako, magiging successful na ako. Pag hindi ako naging successful, hindi na ako magaling. It's not true. Right? What's important is how serious you are to make money in this business or in any other business. You have to be serious and then make sure that you do something para mag-succeed ka. You do everything para mag-succeed ka. Yun.
Yeah. That's why I understand no, kung bakit pala driven yung kanilang company. Kasi you need to be driven enough, committed sa vision mo and sa goals mo to achieve it. Kasi nga, definitely, no, sa life, yung road to success, ang daming failures and every time, parang may matatapakan ka dyang mind na puputok na lang.
Yeah.
Susuko ka na lang ba? So, tama si Coach DJ na sabi niya, really, nothing beats experience, no? So, we can watch. And of course, I will add his YouTube channel dito sa link ng description ng podcast interview na to. So, just look for it sa description area and follow him. Ang dami niyang tinuturo. And actually, he also has his own podcast, no? He's interviewing a lot of successful individuals as well para kayo din matulungan and magkaroon kayo ng idea how can you also achieve what they achieve, no? Yung mga 6 figures and also, i-follow nyo siya, his page. And if you need to have that experience, look for a mentor. So, meron din sila mga online conferences, online webinars na tinitake. Baka sa time na na-release ko tong interview na to is recorded na yon, okay lang, panoorin nyo pa rin. And if nag-resonate kayo, you can reach out to them. And baka nag-offer sila ng programs that they can help you really be on the war zone, kumbaga. Parang ma-experience nyo yung actual na paghahanap ng sales. Because actually, marketing nga is all about testing and optimizing para siya sa mga bold souls na hindi ka kaagad hindi ka kaagad titigil pag nadapa ka. Bangon, optimize ulit the next day, and ganun lang talaga yon. Life goes on until you reach that peak So thank you, Coach, for
Tama.
that advice. And
Yeah, yeah.
ngayon nga
You're
po, no,
welcome.
I'm very inspired sa story niyo as a social entrepreneur. Konti pa lang talaga yung mga taong nakikilala kong social entrepreneur kasi yung mga buhay nila is parang binigay nila to help other people. Katulad nyo, you are sharing what you know and what you are doing to help other people succeed as well. And
Yeah.
marami na kayong nakilalang entrepreneurs, 85 millionaires, biruin nyo yun na under you. Ano po yung 3 best traits or characteristics based on your experience at dun sa mga nakikita nyo of these millionaires? Baka kailangan tong marinig ng ating audience.
Okay, sige. 3 characteristics of millionaires.
Yeah.
Right? First, for me, first and foremost, you got to have that attitude of gratitude.
Yeah.
You always have to be grateful. It's so basic that people overestimate or underestimate its value. Right? We take it for granted, but whatever's happening, there will be problems. Rich people have problems, poor people have problems. But successful people would always choose to look at what's good and what can they be grateful with any situation. Or, of course, it doesn't mean lagi na lang positive, di ba? But you should be fast to bounce back. No, yung control of your emotion, somehow mastery of your emotion should be faster than most people. When you're able to control that and look at the brighter side of why you can be grateful of those things every single day, your life will be easier and be lighter. Right now, there's a lot of challenges. We as entrepreneurs, you would understand, di ba? Maybe ikaw kaka-resign mo lang, di ba? And then biglang nag-ECQ, so wala masyadong negosyo, for example, di ba ganyan? So, how I wish employed ako, baka may konti pang salary, di ba? So, as entrepreneurs, maraming challenges. But, like, we're doing this podcast, this video, to be more productive, to have that hope, right? To look at the brighter side, and it takes us away from the problem. And kasi our minds cannot be in two places, eh. It's either our mind is in the positive and progressive or in the negative and regressive. Diba? Paatras ka. You're always looking at the past. Diba? You're always frustrated. You cannot do that. So, number one talaga is, attitude of gratitude. When you're always grateful, and I think this is one of the best qualities of successful people, your life will be happier. Not just in terms of money. And this, for me, when I do life coaching or personal development training, I always would like to emulate or always infuse gratitude to people. In our meetings, we would always want to have that wins, small wins, talk about our wins. Kasi important, John, it's really good to feel good. When we feel good, you do good. Diba? So, I think we should start from that. That's the first habit or quality of millionaires or of successful people. Right? Number two is continuous growth. Invest in yourself continuously. Watch videos, educational videos, read books, find a mentor. Never ever think that you've arrived. Never ever think na alam mo na lahat. Ganon. If continuously invest in yourself, right? Whether it's free training or paid training, or continuously ka mag-invest sa sarili mo. Because ang metaphor ko dyan is like a 500-liter na baso. Kung ikaw yung 500-liter na baso at ang kita mo is, let's say, 50,000 a month, and you want to double your income, 100,000 a month, 6 figures, and you stay as the 500 ml, right, na baso, compared to 1 liter. You want a 1 liter blessing. Diba? Kahit dumating yung blessings, I'll pour 1 liter water to a 500 ml glass. It will just overflow. So what you need to do in order to consistently make that income, double your income, is to double yourself as well, your container, diba? So rich people and successful people, the young millionaires, understand that we have to continuously grow and learn new things. This quarantine season, if you come out not learning at least one new thing, it would be hard for you to be successful even without lockdown, right? But if you learn one new skill, and it's so important that you will grow, you will find a new passion in your life wherein you can maybe make good money, or you can use that to fuel your business and take your business to the next level. So for me, just invest in yourself, right? Rich people, successful people invest in themselves regularly. It doesn't mean we don't want to be entertained, right? We also watch Netflix, we also watch NBA. Those are my two things that I always do. Watch movies, it's very important. But still, once a day man lang, or at least once a week, read a book kahit ilang pages, or watch YouTube videos, you can learn something. Attend a seminar, right? Experience new things. That's the second. And third, last but not the least, is the ability to take action, right? So yes, you're learning, but if you're not putting it into action, so you're just keeping and storing knowledge, but you're not really learning it. Because the only way we can learn, again, as I mentioned earlier, is by applying it through activities, right? So through experience. So whatever you're learning, that's why I don't really learn so much na ma-overflow na ako. What I do is I learn one or two small things and I try to apply it in my life, right? Because there's a lot of people who are attending too much seminars, or maybe watching too much videos, or reading too many books, but they're not able to apply it. Parang natapos ko tong book na to, wow, success na, hindi eh. We got to be able to apply what we learn. That's the only time, and when the results are favorable, that's the only time you can say that, okay, I learned something. Okay, alam ko na yan. Now I know that I really know, because there's good results. If there's no good results, then alam lang natin siya in our minds. Hindi pa talaga natin siya natututunan. A lot of people, pag na-attendan ko na tong seminar na to, or napanood ko na tong gantong concept, I don't want to watch and read again. Or attend again. But the question is, have you really lived up those lessons in life? If not yet, if the results are not yet what you want, then you don't know anything yet, right? So continuously learn and then take action. So for me, those are three things.
So great. Awesome. Great 3 tips, golden nuggets sa mga audience po natin ngayon. So again, attitude of gratitude. Dapat pagkagising pa lang sa umaga, thank you Lord, nabuhay ako ngayon, nakakahinga ako.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of blessings. Mayaman ka man o mahirap, you need to be grateful always. And then, of course,
Yes.
continuous growth. If you are not continuously learning, you are slowly dying. Kung hindi ako
Yes.
nagkakamali, si Einstein yung nagsabi po noon. And
Yeah.
then, and then, of course, taking action. So umpisa pa lang po ng episode na to, guys. Dapat alam nyo na yung lagi ko sinasabi, dream big and then take action. Kasi yung mga yung mga guests ko dito, hindi naman po sila nakaabot dyan kung nag-dream lang sila. If they don't have goal, and if yung goal kasi is may deadline. A dream with a deadline. So if they did not execute or take action, wala po sila ngayon sa kung saan man sila. Successful people. So very important to execute what you know. And very, very guilty ako sa course hoarding. Especially nung sustainable yung income ko noon. Grabe, halos every month ata may binibili ako. So nakagastos ako noon ng 6 figures for just my education. And naintindihan
Nothing
ko
wrong
na.
about it. Nothing wrong about it. Nothing wrong. Okay lang din naman yun, lalo na when you're starting. But sometimes when you're getting a few results, minsan one at a time na lang. Ang mahalaga, you will understand eventually. I mean, dumaan tayo lahat niyan. Ako, I attended a lot of seminars as well. It's still better than not attending and not learning. So don't get me wrong. Right?
So, tama po kayo, Coach. Yung lesson ko talaga doon is taking action. Kasi kung hino-hoard ko lang yung knowledge, parang nasa akin lang siya. Hindi ko naman siya ginagawa. So, sayang. And yun, guys, huwag kayong matulad sa akin na ganun yung nangyari. Ngayon pa lang, if you are learning, take action. Kung nadapa ka, okay lang. Fail forward. Move forward. Kasi it's part of the learning process eh. Buti nga, ngayon pa lang na-experience mo na yan kaysa doon sa time na nasa taas ka, nasa ka pa nadapa, mas maraming nawala sa'yo. So, ang tama. Ang galing ng tips and yung traits ng millionaire. So, if you are desiring to be a millionaire, tandaan mo lang yung tatlong yon, and of course, isabuhay mo rin. So, thank you, Coach
I just want to
DJ.
share a
Yeah, yeah.
few story, a short story. Like 2 weeks ago, or yeah, just a few, less than 2 weeks ago, my wife is asking, sige, so I started the project Six Figures, and then she's asking, okay, what can I do as a stay-at-home mom with 2 kids? Kasi we have a 2-year-old son, then 8 months pregnant na siya. What can I do to make money 6 figures? So sabi ko, sige, let's do something. I have a few interviews, and I'm interviewing someone who's doing internet marketing. So she studied it for 3 days, and then she applied it immediately. She took action and she applied immediately. She made $750 last week on her first week. Ganon.
Amazing.
And I'm also watching some videos in YouTube or what are the other ideas. And sabi ko, instead of watching a lot of things, kung meron na akong nakitang maganda, I will start to apply na lang. Kasi di ba, yun nga, pag too much information, lalo kang napaparalyze eh. What if, try mo muna, if it doesn't work, then you can learn new things again. Di ba, ganon. So, that's why, again, yeah, just like what you're saying, okay namang magtuto, you're still better. We're still better than most people because other people don't want to learn. But the next level should be take that action. It's okay to fail. Ikaw na nga nagsabi. It's okay to fail rather than not failing because you didn't try.
Yeah, that's a golden tip. And grabe, it's a takeaway for my audience na okay lang guys mag-fail, pero fail wisely ha, at huwag kayong ma-addict sa failure. And kasi yung ibang tao, okay lang pala, accepted na nila, lagi sila nag-fail. Pero wag guys, you need to be wise. Kasi nga, yung failures na yan, part of the learning process. Wag yung failure na naman ako, okay lang. Hindi.
Yeah.
You just need to accept it sa umpisa na kailangan, dumadaan tayo sa ganyan. Pero sa future, hindi ka naman dapat lagi nag-fail. You need to be mindful. So, thank you, Coach, for that. And the story, pati ako napaisip, ano kaya pwede kong gawin ngayon pa?
Yeah.
Hanggat kaya pa ng health ko. Pero syempre, guys, take note, you need to be healthy kasi anin mo pa yung sobrang daming pera. Kung hindi ka na healthy, kaya nga tayo na-quarantine dito sa loob ng bahay. Kung sa sobrang pagod ka naman na nagkasakit. So, yan, keep safe, healthy, and kung kaya mo lang, kung may extra time ka, hanap ka ng pagkakakitaan online.
Tama.
Tignan nyo, may kumita ka agad $750. Papasearch ako ulit mamaya ng online passive income. So, thank you, Dad, for those 3 tips. And ngayon po, na may COVID, and definitely, yun nga po, kanina nagbigay na tayo ng few insights. Pero sa mga entrepreneurs naman po na naapektuhan ngayon, na syempre yung mga business po nila temporarily sarado, yung mga brick or mortar businesses, may tips po ba kayo na pwede po nilang gawin to cope and eventually recover after this COVID?
Ayun, just like us, we are also affected, di ba? I have 2 businesses. I'm with Driven. I'm also with Film Life. And we have employees as well, di ba? So, and sales are, hindi naman na zero, pero sobrang down, di ba? So, the challenge would be, of course, how to cope up, katulad yan ang sabi mo. But more importantly, aside from that, of course, we got to do something to really make sure if we can still make money ngayon, make sales ngayon kung kakayanan. Like I have some people na merong, kumbaga, gumawa ng online version or how can they deliver food in the food business, di ba, mga ganyan. But aside from just looking at survival ngayon, this could also be an opportunity. This COVID can be an opportunity to learn new things or probably spin off another branch or division of your business. Kasi maybe the reason why you are affected or we are affected is because our business is not recession-proof. Diba? So, there can be something to do there. Paano nga kapag humina itong part na to? And I've interviewed people then as well. And the reason why they expand in other areas or divisions is because, there are times na mahina talaga itong main business nila. Kung meron kang another business that can support during the lean season, then you'll be afloat. Right? So, I think, not just because of COVID, but continuously, if you can, try to look at ways to expand your business para magkaroon ng different division. Hindi naman sinasabing isa marami mo yung business mo, mag-start ka ng iba. Although there will be people who will do that. use this time to explore on other ways, right? For the company to make money so that it will not just help you survive, but probably thrive. When the main business goes back, and then you have another branch na really growing, malay mo mas malaki pa dito sa original business mo, and you become a better and bigger success story because of COVID. 'Di ba? Kasi in every opportunity or in every adversity lies an opportunity. We just don't see it sometimes. We focus on the adversity or the challenges. So, yun. I would do that. Now, in our company Driven, luckily we have two branches. We are starting our logistics business and our pet foods business. So, yung dalawa na yun yung kumikilos, kumikita yun ngayon. No, may mga deliveries kami ng pet food, continuous yung tracking business namin. But we already started it even before COVID kasi nga nakita namin yung real estate can be up and down as well. No, when people are not selling, 'di ba? So doon pa lang naghanap na kami ng way to really expand our businesses. So lalo na ngayon nagkaroon ng COVID, di lalo na kaming nakaisip ng other ways. Another thing is look for ways to digitalize your operation. 'Di ba? Like us, the good thing that happened with Driven is usually we have what we call PKS or product knowledge seminar. So what we do, we invite a developer to train the people in our office, or we go to the office of the developer to train. But of course, there are logistical problems. Yung mga tao nata-traffic, hindi nakakarating, ganyan. So kukunti yung attendees. Ngayon, when we do Zoom PKS, mas maraming attendees. Same lang naman yung result. 'Di ba? Orientation, recruitment namin, the same lang din naman. Kung online or offline, makikinig lang din naman sila, 'di ba? So there may be things like meeting, 'di ba? Ngayon nakakapag-meeting kami 1 hour, 1.5 hours, 2 hours, productive din naman. Ganon. Malaki pa yung chance. Alam ko nakikinig din sila. So maybe there are things that you can do digitally even after COVID. Yun yung mindset. Maybe even after COVID, we can do this as well. So now it will allow your business to expand further. No, not just yung just for survival. Another example, yung my friend Robert Sitan ng Blade Auto Center, yun nga. They opened up blade.ph so that if you cannot go brick and mortar and walk in, you can order online. 'Di ba? So ngayon, they just opened it. Mayroon pa ring negosyo somehow si Blade. 'Di ba? That you can order online. And then yung delivery na lang yung problemahin. Pagbalik ng Blade, 'di ba, may mga tao sa mall, may benta pa rin sila doon sa walk-ins, may benta na rin sila online. So lalong na-expand yung reach. Ganon. So I think this is, whereas this is a challenge, yes, there's also a big opportunity.
Yeah, that's right. Ang dami ko ring natutunan dun sa sinabi niyo, no? Na-recall ko yung sinabi ng one wise entrepreneur din na nakausap ko before, na when you're having this business ka, you need to understand na hindi lang dapat isang paa lang yan. Kasi pag isang paa lang yan, nadapa, babagsak ka. So at least 2 or 3 para pag may nangyari dun sa isa, nakatayo ka pa rin. So
Tama.
that is a wise idea there na you need to branch out. Hindi ka lang mag-focus sa isa kasi ngayong isa na yon, if you put all your eggs in one basket nga, wala. Pag bumagsak, medyo unfortunate sa'yo. And yon, at the same time, yung sinasabi nyo nga po na improve and ngayon, digitalize everything. So, we are entering the digital age and online is the way to go. And yun nga, no, affected ngayon yung maraming tao kasi nga hindi nakakalabas. Yung mga businesses, walang traffic na pumupunta sa kanila. Parang human traffic. Walang nakakabisita. So, matatalino yung mga business ngayon eh. Innovation is the birth of crisis. Parang sinasabi nila. And idea. So, yun, mga delivery. And maganda po yan, no, nag-o-open sila ng online, yung services. Kasi nga, at the same time, during this period, dapat naintindihan ng businesses na they need brand awareness. Para sa time na to, imbis na mag-contract sila, mag-expand sila kasi nagmura yung ad cost. And ipakita lang nila sa mga tao na we are existing, kahit nasa online na sila. And pagbalik nga nila sa pag yung situation natin nag-normalize, sakto, marami nang nakakaalala sa kanya. Top of mind na sila ng audience nila. So, thank you for those tips, Coach, and pati ako, dami kong natutunan at nare-recall dito sa episode na to, na minsan nakakalimutan ko rin sa dami kong iniisip. And
Yeah.
then, meron akong extra question sa inyo So,
Sige,
tapos na
sige.
dapat tayo. Pero I'm really impressed. Ano po ba yung ibig sabihin ng a balanced and abundant life para sa inyo?
Okay, so of course, all of us would want abundance in life, right? We want to earn a lot of money. So a balanced and abundant life is not just about focusing on the money. Yes, we have to accept and admit that we want to earn good money. That's normal, eh. But without sacrificing the other important things in our life, right? Number one, health. So a balanced and abundant life means that you're also not just about making money, but also making sure taking care of your health. Because at the end of the day, yes, ikaw na rin nagsabi that you have to take care of your health because saan mo gagamitin yung pera mo? How would you enjoy your fortune if you don't take care of your health? So making sure that every single day you eat the right food or you have a bit of exercise consistently. I believe in consistency. Either that kesa yung isang buhusan then ayaw mo na siya ulit. And then of course, being happy in your relationships, in your home, your family, your loved ones, your friends, having good relationships and connections. Hindi paramihan ng friends, pero having meaningful conversations and relationships with friends and people who you value the most, right? So, because at the end of the day, let's say me, I want to make a good amount of money and fortune for my family at the end of the day. So, being in ECQ for more than a month is actually a blessing because I'm able to spend my time with them every single day. Minsan nakakasawa, di ba, syempre nakakapagod din naman kasi hindi kayo nagka-travel, nasa bahay lang, that's normal. But at the end of the day, again, just focus on the good and the blessing. I have a 2-year-old son and I'm so blessed to see his growth every single day. He's doing new things every single day. So that's something that I wouldn't be able to experience if I'm working. Oh, it's normal, but since this is not normal, I'm happy with it. And then last but not the least, having that life purpose, right? Because a lot of people sometimes when they are already good for themselves and their families, nawawala na ng purpose, they're not really happy. But having that big vision and purpose of being valuable to the world and giving value to the world and to other people, I think that will give you a bigger vision that will allow you to really move forward. One of my favorite business owners or businessman is Bill Gates, right? He stepped down as a CEO of Microsoft to focus on the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. It's really more than just really making money. He's using his expertise, connection, right, and strengths in order to make a difference to the world, right? So it's beyond money, right? He lived long na rin naman. So I think this is really living a legacy. And when you're like that, you are gonna live longer, di ba? And happier. So that's the balance and abundant life in those 4 areas: health, relationship, wealth, and life purpose. Right?
Wow.
If you do that, I think that gives you a complete life and a happy life. So that's it, Jimmy.
Amazing. Thank you po sa pagsagot ng extra question ko. And
Yeah.
ngayon, na-realize ko kung bakit nga may mga iba nagsasabi na hindi totoo yung YOLO, yung you only live once. Kasi ang totoo dyan, you only die once. Kasi if
Yeah.
you live a meaningful life, may iwan mo yun sa'yo yung legacy.
Yeah.
And they will
Yeah.
always remember you. And parang buhay ka
Yeah.
pa rin sa nila, alaala nila. And that is what people, yung mga totoong may pusong ginto na mga millionaires, naging philanthropists, na it's not all about the money. It's about what you can do with this money to help people around you. So I'm very inspired sa episode na to, and more than just the business, no, it's all life hacks and learnings, and definitely tuwang-tuwa yung audience ko ngayon. Marami natutunan sa inyo, Coach. And if given na gusto po nila kayong i-follow, what are your platforms, what are your programs if you have, and can you share them? Can you share this program to them? Ayun po.
Yeah. So if you want to follow me, just go to my website, www.djdimaliuat.com. That's DJDIMALIUAT.com. Right? And you can also go to my Facebook page. That's DJ Dimaliuat. I have a YouTube channel that's also DJ Dimaliuat, and I have an Instagram account that's DJ Dimaliuat as well. So just find me, and then if you have questions, just message me. I answer within 24 hours.
Wow. So, ayan no, yung social media handles ni Coach DJ, pare-pareho lang yung pangalan niya. So, hindi kayo maliligaw saan man kayo mapuntang platform. And, ayun nga, marami kayo matututunan sa kanya at sa mga guests din niya sa podcast niya. So, yung interview session niya with his guests na yung sa six figures, you watch these guys, kung ano mang situation na while you are watching or listening to this podcast, it's good pa rin to learn and continuously learn, guys. So again,
Yeah.
as I always say to you, you don't need to be great to start. You just need to start to be great. And again, I lift up to everything to our God above. To God be the glory. Thank you, everyone. Have a blessed day. Bye.
Thank you.